Welcome back to BYU Sports Station. We are live in Studio B. Joining us now.
BYU beat North Carolina after down 0-3, dude.
I heard that.
I can't believe it.
How many of you doubted and turned off the TV?
I can't believe it.
They did it.
I'm still
Never
in denial
doubt this
of
team.
The amazing nature of that. On that stage against that team. In the Elite Eight.
Yes. Now they get Stanford. Joining us now to recap it. We'll see if they've actually come down from the high. Our stars, Brecken and Mozingo and Olivia Wade-Katoa, who scored the game winner. I mean, just unbelievable stuff. Welcome back to the show. How are your emotions after just a wild Friday night, now that you've had the weekend to kind of think about this? We'll start with you, Olivia.
I don't even know. I feel like we keep just saying, like, did that really happen? Did we really do that? But we did. And so I don't know. It's seriously has been a crazy weekend, just accepting that happened. So it's been great. It's been fun.
But by nature, you're very calm and collected. But, like, did you lose it? Did you lose your mind on Friday night?
I mean, yeah, like, I got emotional, low-key. I feel like a lot of the seniors did, just because being down three at half, like, I guarantee most of us probably had some doubts in our head, but then we just came out and played, and then just, like, having that perseverance throughout the whole second half and coming out with a different step, like,
yeah, it
was just a wonderful experience, especially your senior season.
So at halftime, Anson Dorrance says, hey, we're surprised we're up 3-0 too, which was pretty, honest.
He called it a fluke.
Yeah, and then he said, because he respects BYU, and he said, listen, we're going to put our 2 6s back. We're going to put the Emilys back. They let you do your thing. They let you guys push forward. It took 40 minutes to score, right, from the 20th to the 61st. But once you guys got that first goal, like, when did the belief sort of happen? Maybe it was before that, but when did the belief happen for you guys of, hey, we can still win this?
Oh, I think really getting that first goal. I mean, at halftime, like, there was a few of us, me, Brecken, Jamie, a few of us that kind of stayed in after everyone had already gone out to the field, and we're like, hey, like, we can still do this. Like, this is something that, we can do. Obviously, in your mind, it's like, okay, we got our work cut out for us, of course. But I think after that first goal, we knew that the momentum had completely shifted. We knew that we were on these guys, and we knew that they knew that, which I think was a really cool thing too.
That's crazy. It was still 3-1.
Yeah,
but you felt
you could feel it. You really could feel the game, shift. And so I think as soon as we got that first one, we just kept telling each other, okay, one more. We got one more. Just focus on the next one. And then the next one came.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Brecken Mozingo
right here.
You score off the corner.
Yes.
What was that like?
Well, first I was just thinking in my head, I have to get this inside the 6.
Yeah.
Because that's where they packed nine of the 11.
That's always my goal. Every time I'm getting up there to take a corner kick, and honestly, I psych myself out sometimes, and then, things happen. But I don't know. The way I hit it, I just felt my body, like, shift, and, like, hitting a curved ball, you feel the way that your body, like, follows through. And I was just like, wait, hold on. This one's different, for sure. And then it starts curving in, and then I see that it just goes in because I start walking, like, forward to see if it goes into the goal, and it did. And I was just like, okay, now we're up 3-2, let's go.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was great.
Okay, so that second goal, you watched that, Olivia.
Oh, yeah.
She scores on the Olympico, and it's 3-2. In my mind at that point, I was like, BYU's not losing this game now.
No way.
Like, I thought maybe it'll go to overtime. Maybe it'll go to overtime, but I was like, there's a third in there. North Carolina's on their heels. I felt like a third was for sure going to happen. So what's happening in your mind after you see that go in?
Well, as soon as that went in, it was just like, okay, we're like, at that point, I think we had like, maybe 10 minutes, something left. I don't even really remember. But at that point, it's like, okay, we're one goal away from tying this thing up. And like, okay, if we don't finish this in regular time, then we still have overtime. And so I think pushing for that third goal was like, okay, like, this is coming whenever. I don't care when this is coming, but we knew, we really felt that was coming. And so as soon as that third goal went in, it was like, all right, just full send. Everyone just go, go, go.
Yes,
we could feel. I mean, you score 3 goals in that time period. You're like, there's a fourth in there. There's got to be one more in there. So. And
the crowd, once you got the first, the crowd, like, cranked it up.
Oh, yeah.
Once you got yours, Brecken, it was like at 100 already.
Yeah.
And then when Bella Felino scores a brace, and she got engaged, by the way, earlier this
best week ever.
She had the week of her life.
So good, right? Once the third is scored, then I felt what you felt was like, this thing's over.
Yeah.
So 89th minute, you pull what you did against Utah, last year, right? 2? 89th minute game winner. As soon as you score, you put your hands on your face. Like, you knew what that meant in that moment. It felt like immediately.
Yeah, I did. I think it was just like a rush of emotions. You obviously have to stay composed throughout the game, and I think just as soon as I saw that hit the back of the net, it was just like the floodgates just came open, and I just almost was in disbelief of what we had just accomplished, because that is seriously like the craziest story of all time. Like, you really can't write that up any better. You know, you're down 3-0 against arguably one of the greatest, not even arguably, like the greatest program historically in soccer, women's
in
college
any
soccer.
Sport in the NCAA.
Yeah,
ever.
like it's legendary.
They're
And so
unbelievable.
I think just as soon as that went in, all of us were just like, holy moly, like this is
But you didn't
crazy.
say moly in your head. Okay, right.
Maybe not.
You fake the right and you go to your left. Talk about
The touch.
that decision.
The first touch was so beautiful.
Yeah, well, I mean, I knew that Macy Bell was right there, and I knew I had to create some sort of space for me to get any sort of shot off. And so faking the right foot, kicking it to my left, and then I just, seriously, I could see the window, and I just was like, hey, just take a deep breath and place it in the corner. It's like, it's all right, you can do this. And so it seriously was just the craziest feeling seeing that hit the back of the net. So
It was bonkers,
as you can imagine.
Yes.
It was bonkers.
Olivia Wade-Katoa and Brecken Mozingo are with us on BYU Sports Nation. Okay, Brecken, let's go to the final seconds. Like, you realize, okay, there's no way the North Carolina can score. The final seconds are gonna come off, and we're gonna win. We're gonna win this game. What's happening in your mind at that moment when you hear the final buzzer?
First off, I was tired, so I was just like standing in my spot, a little bit more conservative about like, okay, we just got to kick this ball up, manage the game, all that good stuff that Jen Rockwood tells us. But yeah, what was going through my head was like, crap, we did that, you know?
Yeah.
We're on to the College Cup for the second time, like within our senior group that we've like taken BYU to in history, like twice within our group. Like, that's huge. Our core group is just awesome, and seeing that all happen again, it's just like a wonderful feeling.
You mentioned you got emotional.
The greatest group.
Oh,
in BYU history.
Without question. You mentioned you got emotional. When did the tears finally set in?
Definitely, like, just seeing the emotion of the other seniors on the team, and like realizing like how much fight went into that game, and how much like we've been through in the season and just together, like the past 3 years. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like we get to live to see another game, you know?
Yeah.
We have 2 more games possibly in the season, and we're so close. We can do this.
Okay, Friday in Cary, North Carolina, Stanford. You beat them in PKs. They're on a revenge tour. They've been the bane of BYU's existence for a long time.
Yeah.
And then if you get past that, perhaps Florida State between 21. So this could be a very fun College Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I think when we saw the path that we had, when we first saw the bracket, we were like, hey, this is like
it's almost
the
too perfect.
Ultimate revenge tour. Like, it doesn't get better than this, especially senior year. We're like, hey, genuinely, you could not have written it up any better. So we're so excited to play Stanford. They're an amazing team, amazing program. They always have been. I feel like I would put them up there with the North Carolina. They're another very strong program. And so I think, you know, coming off of this high with so much confidence and just ready to play another game, I think we're going to just give it everything we have again. So,
what's the game plan on Stanford, Brecken?
I'm not sure yet. We have a meeting at 1:15 today. So
reveling
guess we'll
in
see.
this one, yeah.
But I'm sure it's just like, you know, what we've set out to do in every single game this season is just go out, play our best, and execute our cues, and play together as a team, be all in.
I never asked how beating USC went in the household there for you.
Oh, it was great. My husband,
Your husband played at USC.
Well, it's funny. We have a lot of USC gear, as you can imagine, in our house, and I do wear a lot of USC gear at the house. Okay, so I made sure that whole week I was like, okay, no USC gear for me and no USC gear for you. So we packed up the USC gear for a week, and yeah, so he's the most supportive person ever. Like, he wouldn't think twice about cheering for anyone besides us. So he was so funny. He kept doing like the, you know, fight on down. He was being so funny about it. So he's the best. Yep.
I hope there was some celebratory, like maybe you didn't go all in on Thanksgiving, but I hope you got to like just gorge on pie and all this stuff after Friday night. I hope you celebrated to the max.
Tried to, at least. I think it was a tiring game. So the next day, I think
cold,
it was just
by the
like,
way?
whoa. Oh, yeah.
So cold.
Yeah.
Freezing.
How about Laveni?
Except for Lava.
Lava's like, no sleeves, what?
That's Lava.
Tongan
for you.
international
I asked
team.
her in warm-ups, I was like, why do you have your thermal off? And she goes, I honestly just got hot. And like, the thing is,
That's Lava to a T.
before the game, she was like, freaking out, texting the group chat, hey, who has my cleat bag? It has my thermal in it. Like, I'm just nervous for tonight, blah, blah, blah. But she didn't even need it, so.
She's
built different in a lot of different ways, so she was fine.
She's tough, man.
We're so thrilled for you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Congratulations.
Good luck Friday.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck Friday.
Appreciate it.
Remarkable win.